and welcome back to Becky's Allotment. Now today we're going to be doing the Bokashi bin. It's been 2 weeks that it's been sat in my living room. I tried to keep it inside because I wanted to see if that makes a difference. I know some people have been keeping them outside, but I know this doesn't leak, so I kept it by the back door. So let's have a look at what it looks like. Alright, so this is the Bokashi bin, and it's been 2 weeks. Now this should still look like food. It's not going to look like brown compost, it is going to look like food, and I will tell you what it's like. So there we go, that is what the top looks like. It is exactly how it's supposed to be. You can see the brand there. Then there's some white mold there, as you can see, or white stuff, and that is exactly how it's supposed to look. I'm going to smell this for you people. It doesn't really smell like anything. So that's been sat in a warm living room for 2 weeks, and it is nicely pickled. Now let's have a look if we can get any juice out of it. Right, so this is a little bit dirty, but it'll do. See what we've got. Oops. Right, you can't really see that, can you? Can you? If I don't stand in the way. Right, so I'm going to give that a minute to get the juice out. Now apparently this juice is good for feeding plants. So while I let that Bokashi tea, we'll call it, empty out, I will tell you about the Bokashi tea. So this stuff is supposed to be really good for feeding plants, so be it house plants in the greenhouse. So what I'm going to do is I've got a 2-litre bottle, and I'm going to be filling that with this, just the neat tea, and you only need then 1 teaspoon per 5 litres of water to feed your plants. So 1 teaspoon to 5 litres. That's quite a lot. 5 litres to dilute it by. So if I put 2 in, what would that do? Well, apparently it's quite acidy. So if you put 2 in, it might be too strong for your plants. So I would literally do what they say. So 1 teaspoon to 5 litres of water for plants. You can have 2 teaspoons to 5 litres of water for shrubs and trees. Now they might be fine with something being a bit more acidic, but other plants aren't. So I'm going to keep this neat in a bottle and see if it burns through. Apparently you can also put it down your drains to clean the sludge out of the bottom, so I might do some of that. But this is my first tea, and now we're going to go and put this compost in the compost bin and have a look what it looks like. Right, so we're by the compost bin now. This looks a bit dry actually, so it might be good that I'm putting something else in it. So we're going to empty the Bokashi bin into the compost bin. Now the tea had a bit of a whiff to it, but this I'm hoping shouldn't be too bad. There's still a bit of juice at the bottom. So this is going to need cleaning. But I will show you. Does smell a bit pickled. I will show you what this looks like now. Just get my gloves on. Hopefully don't need those now. Put that lid back on because juice came out of that. It stinks. Oh, whiffy. Right, so let me pause this and show. Right, so there you can see the lettuce that was at the bottom of the bin, and this like brown stuff is all the bran. Now you can see some of the water had been coming out, and everything still looks like food. It doesn't look rotted. I mean, usually that would be a smelly, horrible mess. Now it's still a sludgy mess, but it does smell, I don't know, like a fermented kind of smell. It's not bad anyway, but I don't think it's going to attract vermin, which I think is the main problem with composting food scraps, especially in the winter, that stuff tends to come in. Now, when you're adding stuff to the Bokashi bin, you can't add tea bags, it says, but I have found that PG tips are, hang on, so it does say on the instructions that you're not supposed to add tea bags to a compost Bokashi bin thing, but the only reason you shouldn't be adding tea bags to any compost is because they don't break down and the bags are made of plastic. Now, PG tips do compostable bags. I've been using them for a while, so I've been adding those to the bin. Now, if you don't believe me that they're compostable, go over to London Worms and Gardens channel and you'll see that they have shown how the tea bags are compostable, and they did a trial themselves in a normal compost bin, nothing special, and they did break down, so go and check them out. I'll put a link in the description below. But I found that really interesting because I didn't test it, I just started composting the bags because they said they could, so I was too trusted maybe, but they have done the experiment and I'm so glad they did because it does work. But anyway, I digress. You can compost tea bags. You shouldn't put mouldy food in there though. I think it has something to do with the bran that you put in, and it wouldn't work with already mouldy food, or it's the bacteria. So yeah, that's the Bokashi bin done, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!